cursor, why cursor, how to install cursor, and the key features about the cursor. And one and more interesting thing, how we connect the cursor with our existing code base. Okay. Okay, so basically the cursor is an IDE which is used to the we develop the projects in various frameworks which include like a .NET, a framework, Node.js, and Python, etc. There are various frameworks we can develop our applications on, and the cursor is an AI code editor you can use to generate scripts by just doing a prompting uh, in a human language, then it will generate a code based on your prompt. Okay, so cursor will use a multi-model, so which include ChatGPT, Claude, and other models as well. Okay, while using cursor, you will see there are many tools we can use to integrate with the cursor to utilize the AI powered in our code base. Okay, so the next step is why we choose Cursor. There are many AI code editor right now in market. One of the most used IDE is a Copilot, which is introduced by GitHub and powered by ChatGPT, OpenAI. Okay, so why we use Cursor instead of the Copilot and other IDE? So the main reason to use cursor utilize the multiple model to generate an effective result based on our prompt. So the main reason is to use the cursor is the multi-modal functionality. By using cursor, we can do multiple things like we can generate a boilerplate code. A boilerplate code is nothing but are multiple codes generated in a multiple files. Okay, like a chat GPT, we just copy a chunk of code and paste in a chat GPT prompt and just querying on the chat box about the code and do some fixes about the code. The chat GPT is only a context based on that specific part. The chat GPT doesn't know about the before and after the code part of the chunk, but the cursor have full how now of your code, the before and after part of that chunk. That's why the cursor is more effective in an existing project. So that's why it's more helpful to generate a boilerplate code, and also the cursor is more advanced in while debugging our code. So what does it mean debugging? Debugging means there is something a minor like a bug or a mistakenly an issue occurred in our code base. So there is an anonymous error in our code base. So we have to identify. For the identify, we use code that process is a debugging process. So cursor makes it easy to debug that anonymous bug to find out and fix it on a spot. Uh, there is one more thing called smart code suggestion. While using cursor, you will see, sorry, you will see while creating a code, there will be a suggestions will be shown while creating a code. You can just press tab and then the code will be implemented on the file. And one more thing, support multi-language, but cursor support multi-language, you can use English, Arabic, Urdu, Hindi, etc. There are multiple languages you can prompt with cursor. Cursor work with various programming language also, as I discussed already. It works on Angular, C Sharp, Python, Java, JavaScript, and other frameworks as well. Okay. The one more thing, the cursor is continuously updating its features based on the users' feedbacks, because every new version of cursor, you will see there are major changes in the cursor IDE. So that's why cursor is always updating its functionality based on the user feedbacks. The main four feature cursor will use in our we will use in our session. One is the AI powered code. And the second one is real-time detection and debugging. That is the part of the debugging process, a seamless integration with frameworks, popular frameworks. Okay, frameworks in which also include .NET Angular, as I already discussed with you, and it also improve the productivity of the developer by just prompting and generate a code based on the prompt and the based on the project context. It will generate a code faster than other AI modules in the market because the person is know your project domain and the requirement and the specification of your project. That's why cursor is all about your existing project. That's why it generate code more effectively and generate an accurate and accurate and perfect result based on your code context. Okay, so we will go through the flow chart about the how the cursor a prompt it will a prompt a cursor. The flow of that prompt will be start from the input code. As the cursor already know about the context of your code, it's only a need to start through the prompting, and then the cursor will analyze the request you put through prompt and analyze your code base, then it will suggest generate a suggestion based on the code base and the prompt you put and visualize that output while cursor complete its work. Then you will just accept or reject that output. To, is it a valid response or incorrect? Okay. So what does the mean by the autocomplete process in Cursor IDE? So we will go through the how the Cursor IDE autocomplete or auto suggest the developer to utilize that or AI generated code. Firstly, Cursor IDE has over code based files. It encrypt that files and then send that file to some LLM model. It will be a ChatGPT. It will be a Claude, it will be a Sonnet, or it will be a Grok. Then that LLM model will generate a suggestion based on your code snippets, and it will send back to the cursor ID. So this is the a major and a most effective flow where cursor introduced to the developers. Here is the installation steps where you can follow the installation steps. You can install the steps from this site. Okay, so this is the website where you can download the cursors, whereas they will be download in Macintosh, Windows, and there are all Linux version are available to download. You can directly go visit here and download the cursor IDE. There will be a no longer cursor, just download it and install it. There is nothing else to do with the cursors installation process. Okay. So there are many tools and panels in Cursor, but more effectively used, there are three main basic like more used functions or panels we use in Cursor while developing our code. There will be a Cursor tab. The Cursor tab is nothing but just a code suggestion. You just press a tab, then that code will be automatically implemented in your code base like the GitHub Copilot too. When while you're using GitHub in some other IDE like a Visual Studio, you will just type a function like there will be a function called like there will be a function called sum. If you just type a name sum, then the whole function will be generated and as an hint. When you press enter, the copilot will implement that function in your code base. The cursor works same like the copilot. It also predicts your next step. While the person know your context while creating manually writing the code. When you writing a code, there will be also while typing there will be also suggestions in your editor. You just see what is the relevant to my code, or should I accept that changes, or reject that changes, or need to review that changes. Cursor will predict your next step. And also it also memorize your code, so that whenever you do the same code in other file, it will also show you as an hint to implement that chunk of code in other files. So it will be more intelligent and a fast process to doing coding. Okay, so and the next most used control or a tool, a panel is a cursor prompt bar, where we can directly chat with our code base. What does mean by the directly chat with our code base? You will see our code base file will be on the left side. There will be a right on the right side. There will be a chat window where you can directly ask cursor what is the domain of this project, or what is the specification, or what technologies does the project has. The cursor will automatically get your prompt and analyze the whole code based on, then it will generate a document or a MD file where you will see all the specification, including frameworks, including domains, and the technology which project use while developing. So this will be done through the cursor bar, and cursor bar is also available in a chat window, and also it will available in a inline coordination. Okay, the cursor chat bar and the cursor bar both are same. The chat bar is on the right side, and the bar is on the in the code editor in an view. Okay, here you will see how the cursor debug the things. There you see there is a prompt bar above on my code. You can see this is a like a prompt bar where you can just select a part of your code and ask the cursor what is this code doing, or just improve that a chunk of code through directly a prompting through a uh, inline prompting. Okay. So first of all, we will go through what type of project we will developing this session, or in upcoming session. Let's go through the a document. So first- Okay, I have created a small document for the developing a new feature using a Cursor IDE. You can see I have generated a document related to the team management system. This whole project will be created using a Cursor or Lovable, and you will see there are four features in like managing team members, managing projects, and managing tasks and tracking and reporting and basic reporting, all these stuff in this document. Right now, we will implement this part of the project where we can manage our team, add team member, or edit team member, and view its directory and view its profile. This part of the document will be developed using the cursors. Okay, let me back to the cursor and show you the core main features of the cursors. Okay, so here you see, let me go through how can I open my project. Okay, so where is my project? So So this is my project files. I have to open this project file in my cursor. How can I open this project? Firstly, we need to download the cursor from here. If after downloading, you have to install the cursor setup by just double clicking on that, and just go through the next steps, and then the cursor will be available on your system. Now I will open my project file in cursor. Okay, for opening my project file, you have to go to the project file. Where is your project file? Okay, so here is my project folder. I just go there and select the folder, and it will open on a left side. You will see all my project files are visible here, and there will be uh, a view where you can chat with your code base, and you will see there are files related to your projects here. I have done some changes related to my code base. Okay, so let's go through the step by step. What is the chat thing and how it's manage our projects while using cursor. Okay, first of all, we will go through the how cursor use models and how much models are available to be developed. You can see there are many models right now. I can use whatever I want model. I can use a Sonnet, GPT-5, a Grok. Some other models are available. If you want to explore more about the cursor, you can see here how much cursor use the models. You will see there are all models are available in a cursor ID. You can use whatever you want to develop your project. Okay, so there are two ways to use the models. Use an auto, or you just explicitly select some project. Select a model for your coordinations. Right now, I'm using an auto detection model. This feature will allow me to minimize the cost, and also it will automatically use a best model to generate a more accurate and more related to code to my project. Okay, you will see there are a voice command here. You can directly you operate cursor using a voice, and you can also add images. And here is one more thing: add a context of the project. You can directly add a context of your project file. If you want to work in some file, like there will be there is a file app component.html. You want to work only on this file, not a whole project. You just select this project, or select this project. Cursor will automatically know you are working on this file. Okay, the cursor will only focus on this file. If you want to explicitly cursor to know about only work on this file, or not to change something other, you just click on that file and drop it in the chat box. Now the cursor will only understand this file and generate a code based on this file generations. Here you can see you can do a Q&A with your code base using cursor ask. You can generate a plan based on the project requirements. Here you can see there are new feature developed in a cursor where you can use an agent. What is an agent? Agent is nothing but a multi-prompt feature. You can use this to run multiple prompts on your project. On editor view, you just have an inbox, and you just uh, create a one prompt uh, uh, at a time. But while using agent, you can generate a multiple prompts. You can generate an agent based on your requirement. Like if you want to create a user management module, you will generate an agent based on that module. That agent will only be utilized to develop the user management thing. If you want to build a task management module, you have to create another agent which is only responsible to do changes in task management modules. As much you want, you will create an multiple agents here. and it will be responsible to do changes in that module. Okay. So right now, if I just put a prompt to cursor, let's ask a cursor to let's ask a cursor to show me or tell us what these files are doing and how can we do changes in these files. Let's ask a cursor what is these files. Okay, I just prompt the cursor, which is that what is the file do, what is the technology used in this projects. So you can see the cursor read your files one by one. If you can see the cursor read your add component JSON files for the technology used in this project and listed all the requirement based on the analysis. Cursor do an analysis based on the project. It will show you the results, the what is the purpose of this file, what is the root of this project, how this project file are used in the component. It also tells you that it's not currently used because I have done the changes directly in my component, not in this file. Okay. And it also show you results about the frameworks, which frameworks I have used in this project. You will see you will see these are the frameworks I use in my projects. Like there is Angular 17 and TypeScript version and other features which technologies are used in this project will be listed based on the cursor analysis. Okay, so these are the analysis thing. And now we will go through how cursor generate a code based on your prompt. Okay, so here you see I have generated a prompt from my document. I just copy the things related to the user management. I just copy this part of the document like a team management. I have to copy the four modules from this document and just paste over here and ask cursor to create a separate folder and a component inside that and also generate a code based on the document specification. Now the cursor will what the cursor will do, the cursor will create a to-do list for itself and it will generate a code or debug your existing project to analyze what the standards are you follow, what are the themes are used in your projects, and what the versions of libraries or stack you are using in your projects. After all the analysis, the cursor will generate a template or a code after that, and you will see the cursor are added 31 lines, and there are all the stuff which is generated by the cursor IDE. At the end of the file, you will see the cursor will ask you to review that changes, and you can accept that changes or reject that changes based on your requirement. Here are there you will see there are two options: accept all the files or reject all the files. And it will also show you the changes the cursor have done for the developing the new feature. You will see these are the changes which I show you in a green. These are the new changes that cursor has implemented along while implementing this feature. Okay. And also, I have before creating this document, I just ask Cursor to generate a document. I just ask Cursor to just uh, uh, I just ask Cursor to generate a document based on the user management features. I just put the features name, and then the Cursor will generate a proper document for me. Uh, for me to help me to generate a feature based on this document. You will see there are the document where I have creating a username, and after that I use this document to generate a module. uh, for that, let me show you how the feature will look like while the cursor has generated. Okay, so this is the feature which is I just developed 2 or 3 minutes before. So here you will see there are the job. There will be a part related to users, and you will create a users from here. These all the things are functional. I have not done anything code related things. Just do prompting based on the my needs, and the cursor will generate a proper, well documented and understandable code for me. Now, let me show you this is a chat bar. Let me show you the inline prompting, how we will use the inline prompting feature in Cursor IDE. Okay, let me accept all the changes. And if I go to some part of my code, like here you will see there are multiple lines of code. I have the cursor right. I have to debug something, or I have to like generate a new code. For that, we have to, like, you will see this is the suggestion the cursor showing us. I haven't pressed any button or not done anything. The cursor automatically know my next step. If I want to accept this change to be implemented in my code, I have just to press a tab. It will automatically implement in my code. If I want to something else in this part of code, I have to press Control K. It will show you the an inline prompt where you can just ask cursor to implement something like here is a function called clear filter. Okay, if I say only clear the programs, not the search. Okay. Oh, okay. The cursor will, you will see the cursor will only do changes on this part of the code, not on my whole file. It will only affect that lines of code. That's why the cursor is more effective while coding. Okay, here you will see the cursor asking me to accept that changes or reject that changes. Okay, so right, first of all, we will check the things before the, like if I type here and clear. Right now it's just clearing. If I accept these changes, the cursor will, okay, the cursor will do the changes, and if I type here and do this, it will now only wipe the dropdowns, not wipe the search bar. As I said to cursor to implement only those things. Now, if we are going through some part of the code, if we are not understand what this function do or what this part of code do in our project, copy that thing and press Control I. If we like close this chat or Control I, the chat will be open, or just copy that part of the code and go to the chat box and paste here. Now the cursor will only add two line of code, and if you want to cursor to explain what this part of code do, you can just directly ask cursor what is this. uh, Okay. So first of all, the person will checking its move, whether it's need to read the file or directly understand the function. Right now, the cursor will directly understand your function and show you the output based on the function analysis. It will show you the proper text breaks and also generate an example for the function test cases, how the function will perform in this code base. Okay, so these are all the editing things while using cursor. Now there are multiple things in the cursor you can use from the settings. You can use models which you want. They are all listed here. If you want to just only use the sonnet, you just enable here. Now the cursor will only use the prompt, only use the sonnet for your code generation. There are a list of models you can add here, and if you want to not to use these models, you want to use some other model which is not present here, you directly can add a custom model here, and it will ask you to put an API key here to use that model. If you see here, it will ask you to put a key here to use that model. Okay, so the next step is the cursor agent things. These are the all the configurations based on the agents. Like these are the settings you need to set before the doing a cursor prompting. There are the general settings related to the layouts, related to the accounts, etc. They are all listed here. And one more and more, two more important settings are available in Cursor. This is the MCP and the role memorization. So first of all, the Cursor use the role memorization process. This is used to memorize the previous changes you have done in your code. The Cursor have a setting, have its own setting related to managing that things separately to utilize the previous changes in upcoming changes so that your code will be properly aligned and structured with your existing code base. So these are all prompts, all settings are available to be configured to utilize while creating a code. There are some there are some controls which is related to the cursor tab, which I show you in the code editor. Like if you want to know to use the inline, you just disable here. You can use multiple features from here. If you want to cursor to import something from a third party library or so, like a third party IDE like a Visual Studio Code, there are some extension which you have installed in Visual Studio Code, and you want to import that extension in cursor. You can directly import that extension in the cursor. When you installing the cursor, cursor will ask you to import that extension in your cursor while you installing the cursor. Okay, so let's do one more thing. Ask cursor to generate a more feature from our document file. If I go here and if I Okay, so what is the best practice is used to is use a single chat for a single responsibility. Like I have created a chat related to user management things. I only use this context for the user management things. For developing a new feature, there is a best practice to use a new chat for the next development. I just copy that part of the document and paste it here and ask cursor to please generate an under yes. Okay. I just ask do a prompt with the cursor. Now cursor will analyze my code and it will generate as my project follow the structure. It will generate a separate file. And before doing anything else, cursor will ask me to go for, should I proceed with the implementation? If I want to just read these things, like I have a prompt about the project manager feature plan. It will create a plan to be implemented while while implementing this feature. It should show me how can I implement this project. It will create a more project management folder. It will create a service. It will create these four components. It will add a routing and all this stuff related to that. And at the end, it's asked, should I proceed with the implementation? If I say go ahead, right? Okay. Now the cursor will generating the files and the code on that file. You will see there are the to-do list. Cursor will follow these to-do list and generate a code based on my prompt. Okay. I haven't generate anything line of work, generate a line of code from manually. These are all generated from the cursor. I just copy the my document part and ask cursor to generate code, and it will automatically know my project theme, my project structure, and it will follow the same structure and theme while creating a new feature. Let's wait for a couple of seconds to generate a module. Okay, while generating a code, cursor will might be generate some error, but it will automatically handle cursor automatically handle those error by itself. There is a folder created as per my instruction, and also it will create a separate folder for the each implementation. Like it create a component for the component thing, it create a models, it create a service. These are all separate as it follow my previous structure. Now you see the cursor is after developing a feature, it's checking is there any error in our code base. If any error occurs in our code base, the cursor will automatically find that error and try to fix those errors. Okay, so Cursor have implemented successfully all the feature things related to Mapcom. It generate some code-based files and do some configurations in my project. If I go to here, definitely the cursor generate an error based on the prompts. I haven't noted this error. How can I fix? Just copy this error and go to the cursor. Right now, I'm not accepting changes. Meanwhile, I have to fix those error and then I will accept that changes. I just copy that error and paste it over here. The cursor will automatically know the context of this error and try to fix this error on the spot. By using these steps, the developer productivity will be increased. If I develop these features, I will take 1 to 2 hours to develop this feature with the fully functional. Right now, I just putting a prompt and it will generate this module in just 1 to 2 minutes. If I go back, it will generate one more error. I will copy that error and just paste over here. Now the all the error are fixed by the cursor. Now you will see the new features are developed on our website. Okay, there are only two buttons previously add team member or directory. Now the cursor create two more tabs related to create a project. It's fully functional and you can add whatever you want on your specification. You can create a project like here cursor do something changes based on my requirement. One more thing, if you want to cursor read from the internet, you just uh, add it here. You can directly search from your website. Okay. And if you want to cursor do R&D directly from the internet, just copy the URL you want to search and paste it over here and ask cursor to read the document from some browser and after that generate some result or a document based on the R&D. It will definitely do search the content of that website and generate a report based on the uh, document based on the website content. Okay, so right now if I accept those changes, these changes will automatically implemented in my project successfully. There is no error, there is no bug in here. You can see these are all functionality working as expected. Okay, if one more thing, I am doing prompting through a contextual base means I am putting based on the text. If I want to like changes by referencing the some screenshot to fix those error, if I just take a snippet like this and go to paint, paste it over here, and like I don't want to use these icons. I will do this and I said don't use these icons. Use for icons. Please. Okay. I just copy, take a screenshot and do changes whatever I want and copy this thing and go to the cursor and paste it. And now I will ask cursor to see the image and try to implement the see in the image. Okay. Now cursor will analyze the image and the changes that I want to do in my project. Cursor will automatically see the changes from the images and try to implement that changes accordingly. Now, cursor is successfully understand what I want to change. It's adding a favorite icon library which is used to icons used for icons. Yeah, it's removing the previous icons and adjusting with the library icons. Okay, you see that this is the it done changing. Yeah, the I can directly see the changes from here. As you see, the previous changes is this, and the cursor is doing its part and replace those icons with this one. Yeah, the cursor is successfully implement all the things without any error. Yeah, it's fully functional and you can directly use instantly. Okay, there is one more thing I have to discuss with you. We can directly connect our code base with some and a version control system like a GitHub, Bitbucket, or Azure DevOps, like something like that. Or you can connect your code base to store securely in a version control system. You can see here, you can directly connect your code with some server repositories or directly connect with GitHub. You can explore those things from the help things. You can see there are all commands and all the settings are available here. Right now, I'm using the cursor latest versions. You can also see here all the things and all the features. Explore the cursor and do whatever you want, do whatever you create on while using cursor. You can use a cursor for like if you generate a code or generate a website through Lovable, and you want to customize those project manually. You just download the code base from the Lovable and store it in on your local desktop and install Cursor, and then connect your code base with the Cursor and do changes whatever you want. Cursor will definitely do changes based on your prompt, or just take a screenshot whatever you want, or put a comment on images, and then Cursor will automatically do that changes according to your promptings.